Hey everybody, it's your favorite girl vocal with AJ Reese on this amazing Wednesday. You guys will see this video at midnight for Thursday. So remember when I talked to you guys about preparing and food famine. So I'm still reading my book or whatever, and I'm telling you, it's something because as I'm reading and going along, some of the things that I talked to you previously about is in this book. I had no idea, but it is. Remember, I talked about, well, before I start talking about that, how was your day? How was your day? Because mine, very busy, very busy and very tiring. You see, I'm in the bed, right? Yeah, I'm in the bed because I am going to relax before I go night night. I'm worn, I'm tired, tired. Yes. So I would just want to continue to talk about, being prepared in the final famine and talking about, what's on the horizon. And I was reading through, and it's something because it says the modern world's false sense of security. Remember, I told you I was talking about the book Final Famine by Teddy Daniels. And he was just saying, do you remember the COVID crisis? Well, we all do. If we're here, we all do. And he said people were panic buying like the world was ending. And he talked about how the supermarkets, the shelves they were empty. It was like very scarce. And then remember how we were only able to buy, you could only buy, like, let's say one loaf of bread. Maybe you were used to buying like six. No, and basically you could be at the counter with all those cans and they made you put them back. Excuse me, they made you put them back. They were not allowing you to buy as you pleased. So he said, now imagine a world where the food runs out and doesn't come back. Have you thought about that? It says where the COVID crisis is not just a temporary blip, but it becomes our new reality. I can't even imagine, can you? Because I can't. But guess what? It's coming. That stuff is coming. And what I loved is because he talked about our ancestors and how they survived through those famines because they had the skills to farm. They were farmers. They tilled the ground and the soil and was able to produce even when the soil was dry as a bone, as he said. And it's so true. That's why I really do want to take up like agriculture, learn how to farm and learn about the soil. You can actually farm right inside of your own home if you have the right lighting, the right soil, and you're actually nurturing and taking care of it and protecting it so it can produce healthy fruits and veggies. You can. You can. And I don't mean go around telling everybody they've been and robbed your house, but I'm just saying, and keeping, what's that, flour on hand, yeast, to make you homemade fresh bread, because guess what? That's what it's going to come down to. Growing your own potatoes so that way you don't have to run to the store. You'll cut your food prices tremendously. So remember, all the budgeters, hopping in the budget with Bunny, they all talking about, being able to cut here, save there. Yeah. So it says you'll see armed groups roaming the streets, taking whatever they can get their hands on. And it is so true. They are called looters. They're going to come into your home if it's not protected, if it's not guarded properly. It is. This man has information on technical skills of how to keep your home protected during those times. He does. So it says the darkest corners of your imagination, that's the world we could be living in. Why? He said, to be blunt, our society has lost its way, and it has. We've abandoned our morals, our conscience, our character, and our integrity, the pillars our great nation was built upon. But in a world gone mad with hunger and fear, where people are starving and desperate, you'll see folks doing things you can't even imagine, and that's the honest to God truth. And before you say, oh, that wouldn't be me, I wouldn't do, you don't know what you would do if you were pushed to that point where you were trying to provide for your family. You don't know. None of us know. None of us know. It says, and self-preservation will be the number one rule of survival. Why we cling to the belief that things will always stay the same. They're not. Nothing's staying the same. So why can't most people see the danger? It's because they're trapped in the grip of this sneaky little psychological phenomenon. Shrinks call it normalcy bias. Our brains are wired to assume that things will stay the same, that the future will look just like the past. Absolutely not. It's kind of a mental shortcut that helps people cope in this real world, but it can also lead them into a deadly trap. Most folks' brains are constantly scanning the environment, trying to predict what's going to happen next. When we're faced with a new situation, our brains automatically searches through its memory banks looking for similar situations from the past to use it as a guide. It simply assumes that things will continue as they are and that everything will be hunky-dory. That's a lie. The tragic consequences of this mental quirk can be seen throughout history. From the fall of the Roman Empire to the Titanic disaster, countless catastrophes have been preceded by a chorus of, I'm reading a book, that's why I'm holding the phone, voices saying it can't happen here. But when it comes to the final famine, ignorance ain't bliss. You know what's crazy? And it says it's a death sentence. Families that ain't prepared will be swallowed by the dark tide of hunger. It is so true. And it is. It says, people believe stuff can't happen here. How many times have we looked at the news and saw like all of this like crime, this heinous crime that take place in these elite areas, these upper echelon, communities of wealth and power. And they're like, oh my God, this kind of stuff doesn't happen here. We're just absolutely shocked. But guess what? It shocked you right on out into reality because it did happen there. It did. It did. None of us are above being touched. We're not. In fact, if there's one golden nugget you can walk away from in this book, let it be this. Learn to escape the normalcy bias keeping most folks complacent. Recognize those little hiccups in the everyday, the glitches in the matrix. They're warnings. And when you learn to spot them, to see what's really happening around you, your chances of survival skyrocket. We're talking a 10 times increase. Easy. Remember, the ones who can spot a storm on the horizon are the ones who get to weather it. Those who ignore dark clouds, they get soaked. In the chapters that follow, we'll dive deep into the knowledge and skills you need to become a true famine fighter. We'll explore the hidden secrets of our forefathers, the time-tested strategies that help them weather history's darkest hours. And we'll look at cutting-edge innovations that are making it possible to grow more food with less land and water. I'm not saying you got to jump in here first and make all these changes at once. No, everything starts. It's a process, a little bit at a time, It says, and with every step you take, you're getting stronger, savvier, and more resilient. But you know it, you'll be able to thrive under any condition. Because if there's one thing I know for sure, is that when the chips are down, the American spirit is unbreakable. What every home needs in order to be prepared for a famine, we definitely need to be prepared. What did Noah do? He prepared. Whenever it was a war or something that was going to take place, what did they do? They prepared, whether it was sharpening, finding weapons that were going to work, whether it was studying your enemy. Prepare is the key word. Prepare. So it said we've come a short way in our journey so far, but now it's time to get down to brass tacks and build a solid foundation for your survival. In this chapter, we're going to turn your home into a sanctuary of sustenance and safety, a place where you can keep your loved ones protected from the cold grip of starvation. People don't believe it. It is the honest to God truth. Don't let your eyes deceive you what you see here. Ask the Lord to really show you what years to come really is going to really look like. Ask him. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't ask if you're not ready. Don't ask if you're not ready to see. Because let me tell you something. He said you have not because you ask not. But when you ask him, he going to show it to you. And it's not pretty. Now, will he be there to protect us, to keep us? Yes. But guess what? It's not going to be pretty. It says, let me be blunt. Relying on grocery stores during a famine is like betting your life on a coin toss. In times of scarcity, those shelves can go empty fast. And I've seen where I've gone in stores and I'm like, wait, why am I even in here? They don't even have anything. There have been times when I pulled up to the supermarket in areas. I don't go to like the neighborhood markets. I go out into the counties. And I'm telling you, lines wrapped around the building for people to get in during COVID, during that pandemic. And I'm like, are you serious? Now, were we ever low where we had nothing to eat? Absolutely not. God has always made sure he has provided for my family and I am truly forever grateful for that. And so much so that I will call other people, are you okay? Do you need something? My kids will tell you, I will go in our cabins. My husband tell you, I go in them cabins in a minute. What you need? Yeah. And if you're betting on the government to save the day, well, history's shown us that they're often too slow to act, or downright ineffective is what it says. So what's the solution? Independence, my friend. Taking control of your food supply is the best way to ensure that you and your family survive the coming storm. In your last line of defense, your very own home fortress. Remember, I talked about it, because it's not just going to be the food. It's going to be people who are going to be out there strategically looking for homes to victimize, break into, all of that. Didn't I tell you that he got tactical skills and all of this stuff about home defense? I don't order all this stuff. You know, my husband was looking at me like, again, like you ordered? Yeah. You ain't got to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get this stuff together. So we're going to be good. And I want you guys to be good too. The secret to a never-ending pantry. During the Great Depression, families learned the hard way that having a well-stocked pantry can be the difference between life and death. Stockpiling long-lasting, life-saving food is essential for any famine-proof fortress. Here's some proof for you. According to one of the world's largest health organizations, during the 2010 Haiti earthquake, emergency food supplies took weeks to reach many affected areas. And get this, even now, 10 years later, Haiti's food supply is still in crisis. So don't wait for disaster to strike. That is so sad. Start building your never-ending pantry today with these essentials, the bare necessities. Stock up on staples like rice, beans, and canned goods. These items can last for years and are packed with vital nutrients. You'll also want to have flour. Didn't I just say that? I said that. A versatile ingredient for making bread. I said it. Pancakes and more. Store about 50 pounds per person for a year's supply. So however many people you have in your house now, right now, it's just my husband now, because all our kids are grown, they're out. But let me tell you something. I wouldn't just store 100 pounds for him and I. I'm storing way more than that. Why? Because we got children and grandchildren. We got friends that may need us. Even strangers. I've given to people I don't even know. So it's not going to just be for you. But you have to be in alignment with who to give to, because some are set you up, act like they so hungry and they got this whole crowd waiting to bum rush y'all and take all. No, we're not doing that. We're not going to do that. Sugar, necessary for preserving fruits and energy. Aim for 40 pounds per person. Salt, essential for preserving meats and adding flavor. Store at least 5 pounds per person yearly. Powdered milk, a great source of calcium and protein. A family of 4 should have about 80 pounds for a year's worth. Don't forget the overlooked items like spices, condiments, and comfort foods. These can boost morale and make tough times a little easier. Consider stocking spices like what? Cinnamon, pepper, and garlic powder. I love garlic powder. I know you're like, what in the world is this child? But no, I really do. I love garlic powder. I love garlic. I love onions. I love peppers. Not hot pepper. So, are versatile and have long shelf lives. If you see our seasonal cabinet downstairs, got so much stuff. Condiments, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise can add flavor to meals. Yes, they can, because I use them in some of my meals. Comfort foods, chocolate, coffee. You can keep the chocolate. I'm not big on chocolate. Coffee, my husband is though. I know y'all like, would you just go ahead and say coffee and tea can provide a sense of normalcy during hard times? It really can. To me, coffee and tea are therapeutic, and it causes me to be calm and relax. Canned fruits and vegetables. They add variety to meals and contain essential nutrients. The myth of expiration. Many food items can last much longer than their expiration dates suggest. And I always figured that. I did. I really did. In fact, people toss out roughly $1,300 a year in wasted food, according to William and Mary Research University. Why? They fear the expiration of their food supplies. But the reality is, most regulatory bodies and food manufacturers choose expiration dates based on factors like quality and taste, not safety. Here's how you can safely store and extend the shelf life of your supplies. Keep food in a cool, dark place. Extreme temperatures and light can speed up the aging process. Use airtight containers. This prevents moisture and pests from getting to your food. Rotate your stock. Use the oldest items first and replace them with the new ones. That's what I do when we go food shopping and we buy meats. We have a deep freezer as well, and I will take all of the meat that's in there previously. I'll take that out and put the newest of what we just bought currently in there first, and then put the one we already had on top, because I want to use the one that we already had. So I do agree with that. Use the oldest items first and replace them with the new ones. This is good. This is some good stuff. I hope you guys are getting something from it. I'm on page 26, and I'm going to stop right there, but I do hope that you guys are taking notes for yourself. Don't take them for me, because like I said, I purchased the book, but I'm passing along information because I want us to be informed. I don't want us being stuck and get got. I know that's ghetto. I know it doesn't sound grammatically correct, but I'm just here to let you know. Guess what? Don't get caught out there without it. So again, this your girl, your favorite girl, Who Vocal with AJ Reese, that's bringing you all of that that truth serum. Because I want us to be in the know. I want us to be in the loop. I want us to get it. I really do. I don't want us out there, without a clue. A ship aimlessly wandering at sea. No. 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 I love you guys. Again, this will be released when? At midnight. For tomorrow. Love you guys. God bless you. I hope you're well. I hope your family is well. Continue to keep my family and I covered and protected and lifted up in prayer. And you guys have a great rest of your week. And Lord willing, we will do this again when? On Tuesday. Love you guys and God bless you. Peace.